Today we are going to solve multiple choice questions from the topic parabola. There are about 9 to 10 MCQs that we are going to cover today. All of them are based on very simple formulas as you can expect in the CET. So it will be good if you keep a list of formulas related to parabolas with you handy. Okay, if you have it with you, it's good. Otherwise, I will tell you all the formulas or whichever formula that we use while solving the problem as per the requirement. So let us start with our first MCQ, which says the line y equal to mx plus 1 is tangent to the parabola y squared equal to 4x if m is equal to option A 1, option B 2, option C 3 and option D 4. The line that we have been given y equal to mx plus 1 is a variable line because the slope of that line is going to change. So m is the parameter here. But you can say that this line y equal to mx plus 1, irrespective of the slope that it is going to have, will always pass through the point 0, 1, or in other words its y-intercept is 1. Okay, then let us go to the equation of the parabola. In the problem it is y squared equal to 4x. If you compare it with our standard form y squared equal to 4ax, then you will find that the value of a is equal to 1. Okay, and if you compare our standard equation of the line in the slope intercept form with the given equation, then c is equal to 1, the y-intercept. Now for all four conic sections, circle, ellipse, parabola and hyperbola, we have conditions for tangency. Okay, now what do we mean by this? This is the condition that a line should satisfy so that it is a tangent at some point on the curve to the curve. Okay, so for the parabola y squared equal to 4ax and the line y equal to mx plus c, the condition for tangency is c equal to a upon m. Okay, you can prove it very easily. If you open your textbook or in general any reference book, then you will find the derivation of this particular result. Okay, so if c is equal to a upon m, next job is to substitute the value of c, which is 1, substitute the value of a, which is also 1, so that will give us m equal to 1, and that is option A. So a very simple problem, but based on this formula. So if you don't know this formula, then it will take you a lot of time, I don't know how much, to solve this problem. But again, for CED, knowing the formula is the essential part for most of the problems. Now let us verify our result graphically. Okay, so in this figure you can see the white curve, that is our parabola, which is given in the problem, y squared equal to 4x. Then I'm going to draw the line y equal to mx plus 1, the blue line, and I'm going to keep the slope of this line as a variable. Okay, you will observe that for all values of m, the line always passes through the point on the y-axis, that is 0, 1. So even if we change the value of m, we will find that the line always passes through that point. Now let us observe what happens if we take the value of m as 1. If we take the value of m as 1, then you will find that the line actually touches the parabola and the point of contact is 1, 2. Now something interesting happens if m becomes infinity. Okay, observe this. If we go on increasing the value of m, or if we increase the slope, the line becomes, or line goes on becoming vertical, right? If you keep on increasing the slope, obviously the line appears to be vertical. No matter how large m is, there will always be a small non-negative angle between the line and the y-axis. If m is infinity, let us divide everything by m. If you do that, then LHS will be 0, mx will be x, and again 1 upon infinity is 0. So basically, which line did you now get? You actually got the y-axis. So there are actually two tangents passing through the point 0, 1 to the parabola. One is what the question is asking us to compute, that is when m equal to 1. But there is one more possibility. Okay, so this is when m equal to 1. What is the other possibility? The other possibility is the y-axis itself. Okay, so this is the tangent to the curve at its vertex, in this case origin. Okay, so this is regarding the first problem. Let's go to the next one now. Question 2. The length of the latus rectum of the parabola x squared minus 4x minus 8y plus 12 equal to 0 is. Okay, option A 4, option B 6, option C 8, and option D 10. Now we also have a ready-made formula to find the length of latus rectum, correct? And for using the ready-made formula, we must write the equation of the parabola in its standard form. You may either write it as y squared equal to 4ax or x squared equal to 4by. So in this case, a can either be positive or negative, b can either be positive or negative. So that decides the orientation of the parabola. In the equation of the parabola, you see the term containing x having the second degree. So if at all this equation represents a parabola, it must be in this form: x squared equal to 4by. So this is where we decide to complete the square. Okay, and the way we do it is we go to the coefficient of x, we divide it by 2, we get minus 2, and then we add and subtract the square of that. But in this case, there is no need to do that. We already have 12 here. So split 12 into 4 and 8. If you split 12 into 4 and 8, then the first three terms of the left hand side, x squared minus 4x plus 4, can be written as x minus 2 bracket square. Okay, so this is very similar to x squared. Then you can take minus 8 common, then you will get y minus 1 inside the bracket for these two terms. In the next step, what you should do is you should send these two terms, minus 8y plus 8, to the other side. Then you will get the equation x minus 2 raised to 2 equal to 8 times y minus 1. I have deliberately written this 2 separately in the green color because I want to highlight the resemblance of this equation with x squared equal to 4by. That resemblance becomes clearer if you decide to shift the origin to the point 2, 1. If you use the transformation equations, then your equation will get transformed to x squared equal to 4ay or 4by. So in this case, a, or you may call it b, that doesn't matter, a will be equal to 2. Okay, for those of you who do not remember the formulas for shift of origins, they are following. We also call them transformation equations. Okay, so if the original coordinates of the point are x, y, and if we are shifting the origin to h, k, so this is with reference to the old coordinate system, then the same point will have coordinates uppercase x, y in the new coordinate system. Then following relations are true: x equals capital X plus h, y equals capital Y plus k. In our case, h and k are 2 and 1 respectively. So if we do that, then x squared will be equal to 8y, but in this case x and y are uppercase, x and y. So once we get the value of A, then we can use the ready-made formula for the length of lattice rectum, that is modulus of 4A or modulus of 4B, or 8 units. Correct? Those of you who do not remember what lattice rectum is of a conic, lattice rectum is basically the focal chord perpendicular to the axis. Let me quickly demonstrate this for you. Suppose we have this parabola here, okay, whose standard equation is y squared equal to 4x. Its focus will be somewhere here, a comma 0. Now if you draw any chord, or if you draw a line joining any 2 points on the parabola, and if that line passes through the focus of the parabola, then we call that line as a focal chord. So any chord that passes through the focus of conic is called as a focal chord. Okay. Now lattice rectum is that focal chord which is perpendicular to the axis, and when we say axis, we usually mean axis of symmetry. So this parabola has x-axis as its axis of symmetry, so the lattice rectum will be this chord. Okay. Let me call the endpoints of this chord as L1 and L2. Now the formula says that the coordinates of L1 are a comma 2a and coordinates of L2 are a comma minus 2a. You can get these coordinates by observing that L1, the focus S, and the point L2, all of them are collinear and they lie on the vertical line x equal to a. Then you have to substitute x equal to a in the equation of the parabola to get the y coordinates of L1 as well as L2. Okay. Now we are going to verify, as usual, our result graphically. Note that the parabola that we have got is in the second form, x squared equal to 4by, but the formula that we applied for y squared equal to 4ax is same as the one that we apply for x squared equal to 4by. Okay, so let us verify our result now graphically. So the green curve that you now see on the graph is the parabola which is given in the problem, x squared minus 4x minus 8y plus 12 equal to 0. We identified the value of a or value of b and it turned out to be 2. Okay. So now what I have done is I have plotted this variable parabola x minus h raised to 2 equal to 4 into 2 into y minus k. Now you may see that if you change h, then the parabola, the white parabola, moves horizontally. Okay. And if you change k, then you will see that the parabola will move vertically. So it is only at this value, when h is equal to 2 and k equal to 1, that the parabola coincides with the green parabola, isn't it? Yes. So on shifting these on shifting the origin to 2, 1, the new equation of the parabola will then be x squared equal to 8y. Yes, correct. So let me now hide these two. Now we are interested in identifying the length of lattice rectum of this particular parabola, the pink parabola. Okay. So this is essentially the same parabola, but now we have modified its equation by shifting the origin. We first observe that the focus of this parabola is at the point 0, 2. So if it is x squared equal to 4by, then the focus is at 0, b. Then you observe that the points of intersection of the horizontal line y equal to 2 with the parabola are negative 4, 2 and 4, 2. So the focal chord is between the points negative 4, 2 and positive 4, 2, and length of this chord is now the lattice rectum, or the length of lattice rectum, which will be essentially the difference between the x coordinates 4 and -4. That difference is 8, and hence the length of the focal chord or I should say length of the latest rectum is 8 units. Okay, so now let us go to the third question. Alright, question 3. If the focus of the parabola is 0, -3, so now this focus is on the negative y-axis and its directrix is y equal to 3. Okay, so a horizontal line passing through the point 0, 3, then its equation is, again you should know how to construct the equation of the parabola from the focus directrix property. If you do not want to spend your time, your precious time, in deriving the result, then it will always be better if you know the ready-made formula. Okay, if the directrix is horizontal, then the equation of the parabola is always in the form x squared equal to 4b y. For such a parabola, the focus is at the point 0, b, and the directrix is the equation, or the equation of the directrix is y equal to negative b. So if you compare these three things with our data, focus at 0, -3, directrix at y equal to 3, then you will realize that the value of b is -3 and not +3. If b were equal to 3, then the focus would be at 0, 3, and the equation of the directrix would have been y equal to -3. Okay, so because b is -3, equation of the parabola will be x squared equal to 4 into -3 into y, but 4 into -3 is negative 12. So the equation of the parabola is x squared equal to negative 12 y. That is option A. Again, you can check our answer graphically using any software. Let us quickly go through the other options. If you go to option B, this is what we had discussed here. Focus is at 0, 3. The directrix is y equal to -3. If you go to option C, in this case, the focus is at 3, 0 on positive x-axis, and the directrix is x equal to -3 or x plus 3 equal to 0. For option D, the focus is at the point negative 3, 0, and the directrix is x equal to x equal to +3 or x minus 3 equal to 0. So that is question 3. Let's go to question 4 now. Okay. Question 4. The coordinates of a point on the parabola whose equation is y squared equal to 8x, whose focal distance is 4, are option A 1/2, plus or minus 2, option B 1, plus or minus 2 root 2, option C 2, plus or minus 4, and option D none of these. Now if you observe these options, all the points which are given in options A, B, C, all of them lie on the parabola. Okay, if you check for option A, y squared is 4 and 8x is 4. If you check option B, y squared is 8 and 8x is again 8. And if you go to option C, then y squared is 16 and 8x is also 16. So you cannot take the help of the method of elimination of options as far as this MCQ is concerned. So we have to follow the analytical method. First, you find the value of A by comparing the equation of the parabola with the standard form y squared equal to 4ax. So 4a is 8, so a is equal to 2. Now comes the formula of focal distance. Now what do we mean by focal distance? By focal distance we mean how far the point is let's call it P, from the focus. So distance between points S and P is the focal distance of the parabola. Now because the eccentricity of the parabola is equal to 1, SP, that is the distance between point and the focus, is equal to PM. Here PM basically denotes how far the point is from the directrix. Okay, so PM is the segment which is perpendicular to the directrix of the parabola, and it is this focus directrix property of the parabola that we are going to use, or that is used to prove the result. Focal distance is x plus a, or in some cases they also write mod, just to make sure that focal distance is non-negative. Okay, or positive, because focal distance is never 0. So if it is mod of x plus a, we can now use this formula because we already know the focal distance, that is 4. So if focal distance is 4 and the value of a is 2, then x will be equal to 2. Yes. Now if x is equal to 2, then clearly a and b are not right, because here the values of the x coordinates are different. So either C or option D, but we have already verified that in the case of option C, the points lie on the parabola, so it is option C. Okay, let us check this graphically. So the pink curve that you see currently on the graph paper or on the screen is our parabola y squared equal to 8x. As expected, it passes through the point 0, 0. Now the focus of this point is 2, 0 or a, 0. So this is the focus. Okay, now we need to consider those points whose focal distance is 4. If you observe, those points are nothing but the endpoints of the latus rectum of the parabola, 2, 4 and 2, minus 4. So if you draw this line x equal to 2, it will contain the latus rectum of the parabola. So length of the latus rectum in this case is 8 units, correct? And the distance or the focal distance of the point 2, 4 and 2, minus 4 is 4, basically the mod of the y coordinate, and this is the same distance of the points from the directrix. The blue line here is x equal to minus 2. So if we calculate the distance, the horizontal distance between the point 2, 4 and the blue line, it will be 4. And if you calculate the distance, the horizontal distance between 2, minus 4 and the blue line x equal to minus 2, then again it will turn out to be 4, and this is basically the focus directrix property of the parabola, because its eccentricity is equal to 1. Okay, so that completes the fourth problem. Let's go to the fifth one. Question 5. The endpoints of the latus rectum of the parabola y squared equal to 24x are: option A 6, plus or minus 12, option B 12, plus or minus 6, option C 6, plus or minus 6, and option D none of these. Now unlike the previous problem, in this case if you check for options B and C, you will find that these points do not lie on the parabola. Okay, let's check. Let's check B first. Y squared is 36 and 24x is 24 into 12. So clearly 24 into 12 is greater than 36, so B is not right, because the endpoints of the latus rectum lie on the parabola. If you check option C, LHS or y squared 36, RHS is 24 into 6, again it is greater than 36, so also not option C. So it is either A or D. So had D been a pair of points which did not lie on the parabola, then you would have happily marked A without even knowing what latus rectum is. Okay, all you have to know is that latus rectum's endpoints lie on the parabola. But in this case we should be 100% sure, so we consider the possibility of none of these options. So we have to now go by the standard method. Okay, first we write down the equation of the parabola, and from that we calculate the value of a, that is 6. From this we realize that the focus of the parabola is at the point 6, 0. Very simple. A is 6, so focus is 6, 0. Then what you do is you substitute x equal to 6 for the latus rectum. We have seen this in quite a few problems now, that if the focus of the parabola is at a, 0, then the endpoints of the latus rectum also have the same x coordinate, or a, correct? So if you do that, then y squared will turn out to be 144, 24 into 6. So y is plus or minus 12. So the endpoints of the latus rectum are 6, 12 in the first quadrant and 6, minus 12 in the fourth quadrant. Alternately, you may use the formula that endpoints of the latus rectum are a, 2a and a, minus 2a. These formulas are applicable only when the equation of the parabola is in this form, y squared equal to 4ax. If it is not in this form, if it is in the form x squared equal to 4by, then we have got 2b, a and minus 2b, not minus 2b, a, minus 2b, b and plus 2b, b and minus 2b, b. So that is question 5. Let's go to question 6 now. Question 6, another simple problem. Equation of the parabola with vertex at the origin and the directrix x plus 8 equal to 0 is. Now first of all, you write down the equation of the directrix and observe whether it is horizontal or vertical. In this case, the equation of the directrix is x equal to minus 8. Okay, so this is a vertical directrix, like this. So if that is the case, and especially if the directrix of the parabola is parallel to y-axis and is present to the left of the y-axis, then the equation of the parabola is in the form y squared equal to 4ax with a being greater than 0. Now they are saying that the vertex is at the origin, so clearly the parabola must be in this form, correct? So the second condition is also important, the vertex at the origin. So if that is the case, then the equation of the directrix is in the form x equal to minus a or x plus a equal to 0. So from this you will get the value of a as 8. Just put it in this equation, you will get the equation of the parabola as y squared equal to 32x. That is option B. Okay, now we will explore the other options. If you go to options A and C, in option A the focus is at the point 2, 0 and the equation of the directrix is x plus 2 equal to 0. If you go to option C, then the focus is at the point 4, 0 and the equation of the directrix is x plus 4 equal to 0. If you go to option D, then the focus is at the point 0, 8 and the equation of the directrix is y plus 8 equal to 0. So that concludes question 6. Let's go to 7th. Question 7, slightly different. The area of the triangle formed by the line joining the vertex of the parabola x squared equal to 12y to the endpoints of its latus rectum is. Okay, so there are two lines here, one each joining the vertex and each endpoint of the latus rectum, 22, 20, 18, 14. So the best way to solve this problem is to actually find the vertices of the triangle. One of the vertex is the origin. Okay, x squared equal to 12y. From this, the equation we first get the value of b by comparing it with the standard form. Once you get b as 3, then again you bring in your knowledge of the theory of parabola to write the equation, to write the coordinates of the focus as 0, 3. Remember, don't write 3, 0 because our parabola is not y squared equal to 12x. Sometimes you may commit such a mistake, but observe the equation carefully. If it is y squared equal to 12x, which is more standard than x squared equal to 12y, then yes, but not in this case anymore. Okay, and then use the formula that I have told you. If the focus is at 0, 3, then the endpoints of the lattice rectum are plus or minus 2 times the y coordinate of the focus, 3. Okay, so plus or minus 6, 3. And now we have got the vertices of the triangle. The vertices of the triangle are 0, 0, that is origin, 6, 3, that is the end point of the lattice rectum in the first quadrant, and this is the end point of the lattice rectum in the second quadrant. Now because these 2 points lie on the horizontal line y equal to 3, we'll get the triangle as follows. If this is our y-axis and this is our x-axis, then this point is 6, 3, this point is minus 6, 3, this is origin. So the base of the triangle is the horizontal side, which will be 12. The height will be the y coordinate of these 2 points, so 3. So half base into height is the area, half base, half into 12 into 3, 6 into 3, 18 square units. Okay, so that is the answer. Option C. Now, if you want to trace the parabola, you may do it. It will be like this. Okay, well, definitely not looking like a parabola. Let's do it on the grapher. The equation of the parabola is x squared equal to 12y. So it is this parabola. Yes. Its focus is at 0, 3, the pink dot. Yes. Draw a horizontal line through the focus. Check where it intersects the parabola. Negative 6, 3, 6, 3. Yes. Now we will draw 2 lines passing through origin and these 2 points. The one in the first quadrant will be y equal to x by 2. Right, you can find the equation by slope point form. And then the one in the second quadrant will be y equal to minus x by 2. Correct? So the area of the triangle that we want is the area bounded by the white line, then the green line and the pink line. Okay, so base is the distance between these 2 points, 12 units. Height is the distance between 0, 3 and origin, so 3. So half into 12 into 3 is 18 units. That is the 18 square units. That is our answer. Let's now go to 8th MCQ. If p pi by 4 is any point on... Okay, so this is an ellipse problem. I will take it in the next session when we cover the ellipse and the hyperbola MCQs. So for time being, let's skip this. Let's go to the 9th one. Okay. Question 9. The equation of the parabola having 2, 4 and 2, minus 4 as endpoints of its lattice rectum is. So you now see that we have a parabola whose endpoints of the lattice rectum are 2, 4 and 2, minus 4. You now observe that these 2 points lie on the line x equal to 2. Okay. One of the endpoints is in the first quadrant and the second endpoint is in the fourth quadrant. And more importantly, the modulus of the y coordinates of these 2 points is 4, which means they are equidistant from the x-axis. Yes. Well, they are equidistant from the x-axis and as well as from the y-axis. Okay. Yes, and that's more important. But the point that I'm now trying to make is, because these 2 points have same modulus of their y coordinates, the midpoint of the segment or the latus rectum itself is going to be 2, 0. And now we are familiar with such points. Okay, so this is basically the focus of the parabola. Yes, a, 0. From this we will easily get the value of a, and from the value of a, the equation of the parabola. Simply substitute a as 2, y squared equal to 4ax will then give y squared equal to 4 into 2 into x, or y squared equal to 8x, and that is option B. For option A, the value of a is 1, so the endpoints of the latus rectum are 1 and plus or minus 2. For option C, the value of a is negative 4, so the endpoints of the latus rectum are negative 4 comma plus or minus 8. If you go to D, then the value of B is 2. Okay, so the endpoints of the latus rectum are plus or minus 4 comma 2. Everything is formula based. Let's now go to the last MCQ. Question 10, again a latus rectum question. If the parabola y squared equal to 4ax passes through the point 3, 2, then the length of its latus rectum is. First you should find the value of a. Because the parabola contains the point 3, 2, substitute y as 2 and x as 3 to get the value of a. Okay, and remember, in this case you will not get an integer. Okay, you will get a fraction. Y squared equal to 4ax would lead to cancellation of 4, so a will be equal to 1 upon 3. I've already told you that the formula for length of latus rectum is mod of 4a. Because in this case a is positive, it is 4 into a, or 4 by 3 units. That is option B. Okay, so I guess that is the end of the MCQs on the parabola. Most of the MCQs that we have solved today are based on the latus rectum and related formulas. I guess only the first MCQ that we solved was based on the concept of tangency. You may find the questions related to tangent to conic sections in applications of derivatives. Because there we study that if the equation of the curve is in the form f of x comma y equal to 0, then dy by dx's value at any point on the curve basically tells us the slope of the tangent at that particular point to the curve. So you may even find dy by dx at a point by differentiating the equation of the parabola. Alright, so that's it for parabola. Tomorrow we are going to solve MCQs on the other two conic sections, which are ellipse and hyperbola.